Yo, what's going on, yo? DFJ Hoops here. Back again with another live stream. Oh my God. We got to talk about this one. Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves. It's going to be a great series, but we got to react to game one. Smash the like button as y'all come in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me take a look at these comments right here. Salute to my guy, Humble Man 420. Salute. He says Draymond looked good. Hit the like button, y'all. And speaking of Humble, shout out to Humble, Cleveland Cavaliers fan. Went to the game last night. Was in the land um, as the Cleveland Cavaliers lost, and I was really surprised. I was really shocked because I thought Cleveland had it in the bag. Um, yeah, it was very, very surprising because the last time I had seen it, I think it was about a minute and 3 seconds left in that game, and Cleveland was up by 7 points. So I felt like, oh, Cleveland had this one, they're gonna win this one, but damn, terrible late game executions, and Tyrese Halliburton doing his thing, getting some switches, getting to the basket, and I mean this is one of the reasons why you needed Evan Mobley in this game because when Jared Allen was guarding the perimeter, at least if Evan Mobley was there, you know for a fact that Evan Mobley is going to be on the backside, so he's going to offer some help side defense. But no Evan Mobley, and the defense wasn't all that great, so it ended up happening the way it did. But I was really surprised. Now Cleveland is down 2-0. I mean, down 2 games. And I mean, I still got Cleveland in the series, but if they lose this series, it will be I don't even want to entertain that type of thought. But hopefully Cleveland can come out this series on top and win 4 in a row or win 4 out of the last 5 games, right? So this is the predicament that they're in. Injuries suck, but hey, it is what it is. But salute to Humble. Um, yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible because I thought Cleveland had this one. Salute to my guy One Mike in the building. Keep up with the live streams. I'm always support you, bro. Appreciate you. Salute to BJ. Now I don't know if this is the Pull Up Basketball podcast, but hey man, salute. And salute to Cheyenne, Golden State Warriors fan. Might join the show, but yeah, salute to Cheyenne. But let's not waste any more time. Let's just get right into this. So Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, the 6 and 7 seed in the Western Conference. Now, Golden State, people have Golden State winning this series. I have Golden State winning this series, but I think I think Minnesota is favored to win this series because I think they're the 6th seed. They knocked out the Lakers, so they are projected to win this series in 6 games. But I got Golden State Warriors nonetheless. But let's talk about this game. So this game started off, and I think Minnesota, they came out and they were showing us signs from the game 5 against the Lakers, which is they were terrible from the 3 point line, right? That's one of the biggest takeaways that I saw in that first half, right? They were from the 3 point line. Nothing was falling, nothing was going down for them. They were getting open looks, and Golden State was also playing some good defense, rotating out there to the corners and trying to run guys off the 3 point line. But I felt like Minnesota had some wide open looks, but the shots was just not falling. And in a game like this, especially if you got your best player struggling from the 3 point line and other players are not stepping up for you, it's going to be very, very difficult, very, very tough for you to win. Anthony Edwards also struggled in this game, right? Anthony Edwards was 0 for 11, 0 for 10 before he made his next field goal, right? So he really struggled in this game, especially from the 3 point line. But he wasn't able to get anything to go from the three. Nothing was falling for him when he attacked the basket, and I think when he got to the free throw line early on in the second, late in the second, he bricked his first free throw. So I don't know if I want to associate this with rust because we saw this kind of inefficient shooting from the Minnesota Timberwolves in game 5 against the Lakers. But I felt like when they were going inside, they had a lot of success where you saw Julius Randle, attack mismatches down low and, shooting some turnaround fadeaway shots. And those shots was falling for him, right? And then you saw Jaden McDaniels also attacking players like Pajemski, and sometimes even Steph Curry, because Steph Curry got some switches onto Jaden McDaniels, and they were able to convert, right? So when they were going inside, when they were attacking the basket, they had some success. Also, you had Rudy Gobert also getting some offensive rebounds and also making things happen for Minnesota. So even though they were struggling from the 3-point line, they still had success, inside. That's why I was even questioning myself that why are they not attacking the basket more? Because good things were happening when you attack the basket, right? When Jimmy Butler was on Rudy Gobert and they went to him those 2 times, he was able to convert. But I mean, again, Rudy Gobert is not really a scorer. He's not really a low post. He doesn't really dominate, get on the block as much, and you can't really trust him to convert at a very high level like that. Now, yeah, against the Lakers, he got you 27 and 24. But is it sustainable? I don't think it is. And that's why I don't think they went to him as much as often. But I mean, I still felt like they should have went to Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels. But they kept shooting threes. They kept missing threes. And they had guys coming off the bench also missing threes. Dante DiVincenzo was missing threes. Naz Reid also was missing threes in that first frame. So, but I mean, Golden State, on the other hand, they were doing what they were supposed to do, right? Making shots, moving the ball, playing fast. And I think this game, Draymond had his prints all over this game. Jimmy Butler as well. Buddy Hield also had a very, very good game, right? Especially in that third frame. In the third frame, it was all Buddy Hield. And Buddy Hield, when he played for the Sixers, we didn't really see this in the playoffs. But I mean, he didn't really get enough playing time, right? Because in the playoffs, Nick Nurse shortened up his bench or his rotations, and Buddy Hield didn't really get a lot of playing time. Now we saw him in Game 6, but he finished with 20 points, but it was too little, too late, and the Sixers got eliminated in Game 6. But I mean, with the Golden State Warriors, he's really playing good, and I'm really happy for him. His defense has gotten a lot better, right? His defense has gotten a lot better, and I mean, I think that's because he's playing with Draymond, right? When you play with a very good defender like Draymond Green, he covers up a lot of things for you, and also he teaches you how to be better defensively. So I think we can credit that to Draymond Green and also Jimmy Butler, because those are the two best defenders on the team. But yeah, Golden State was playing good, and Steph Curry was doing his thing. He was 5 for 9 before he left the game with a left hamstring strain, and I just got a notification that he's not going to be playing in Game 2, right? So Steph Curry was also having a good game, and he was on pace to having a great game, right? I think he was on pace to a 30-point performance because offensively he got some threes to go. He was moving off the ball, creating offense for his team, and creating some of these wide open looks for other guys, right? So Steph Curry was also doing his thing. But I think the first quarter was very, very good. Minnesota, even though they missed all those threes, they were still making shots when they went to the interior, and they finished the quarter with 20 points, and Golden State was right behind them. I think Golden State had 18 points, but yeah, those were the takeaways from the first quarter, right? Minnesota struggling from the three, Steph Curry making threes like usual, Golden State combined for four threes in the first, and Anthony Edwards struggling mightily in that first frame. Salute to my guy, Rap Guy Reloaded. Salute to Rap Guy Reloaded. He says Naz Reid isn't physical, more of a stretch. He's more of a stretch five. Yeah, that's true. And sometimes, I mean, when he has a full head of steam going to the basket, he's not really physical. He's not going to get on the block, but he's more of a finesse type player, right? He's finesse, kind of like a Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis is not gonna, beat you with physicality. Like he's gonna beat you with his skill, right? With skills, pump fakes and stuff like that. Steph is out 1 week with a grade 1 hamstring strain. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know this. Appreciate you, Cheyenne. Appreciate you. But I mean, I don't think it's gonna really affect Golden State. I mean, in the past, I think it would, but I mean, how they were playing yesterday or last night, I don't think that Steph Curry not playing will really hurt them that much. I mean, they stole game 1 on the road, so even if they lose game 2, I think Steph Curry should be back by game 3 or maybe game 4. So I think Golden State will be fine. And Steph Curry, I mean, I think it's the age. He's getting up there in age, so he just got to take it easy sometimes, right? So Golden State Warrior fans, I don't think they should be worried about this one. I mean, even though you don't want to see your players go down with injuries, but I don't think they should be worried because you got Jimmy, you got Draymond, and you got the other guys, and they're all playing good. And you got this guy on the screen right here, Buddy Hield, following up with his great performance against the Houston Rockets on Game 7. So, yeah, I don't think Golden State Warriors should be worried about this one. Wolves cannot be teams with physicality. They're a top-heavy three-point shooting team. And that's true. They were fourth in three-point shooting in the regular season, and I mean they've been struggling from the three-point line as of late, right? In Game 5 and in Game 1 against Golden State. And there was a stat: they're 12 for 72 from the three-point. That's crazy. That's nasty work. That is nasty work. But I don't really think it's rust. I think they're just missing shots, and I think at some point they're gonna start making shots. But let's go to the second quarter and let's talk about what happened and what went down in that second frame and where Minnesota really got down and Golden State just started to turn up the intensity. In the second quarter, the Minnesota Timberwolves only put up 11 points, right? They only put up 11 points, and the threes was not falling. They got to the free throw line, I think, 4 times, but the threes was not falling, and sometimes the layups was not even going, and they were having a lot of turnovers. I think Julius Randle picked up like three or 4 turnovers in that frame alone, right? So they were having a lot of empty possessions, and on the other side, they were not able to get stops, and that's where Draymond Green started turning up, right? Draymond had a very, very big second quarter. He finished the quarter with 14 points and had 5 rebounds as well. And he was also playing some good defense, right? Good interior defense, because for the most part, Rudy Gobert was not in the game, so his imprint was all over the game, right? Pushing the pace, and Jimmy Butler was also being the playmaker that he is, being the scorer that he is, and also creating other opportunities for his guys. But Jimmy Butler was also playing some good defense, especially on Anthony Edwards, right? And Anthony Edwards really, really struggled in this game, right, from the field. Now, he did finish with 23 points, maybe 24 points. But in that first half, he really, really struggled. And it was all the defense that Golden State, was putting on him. And also, he was also missing shots, right, because he got to the basket. And usually some of these layups that he's able to make or able to convert, those layups was not going for him. And you can clearly tell that it was really bothering him, right? It was really bothering him, and he really wanted to make something happen for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it's just nothing that he could do about it. But I'm glad that he got on the glass, right? I'm glad Anthony Edwards got on the glass and, tried to, have an impact in this game by, getting on the glass and getting some of these rebounds. I think he finished the game with 14 rebounds, right? So at least he was trying to make something happen. At least he was trying to help will the Minnesota Timberwolves to victory. But unfortunately, if you're not putting points up on the board, it just don't mean anything, right? And it's not just he was struggling, but everybody else was struggling, especially in that second frame. And that really hurt the Minnesota Timberwolves. And they got down by a lot of points, right? They got down by, I think, by double digits. And Golden State was just on a roll, right? Golden State was on a roll. Everybody was making shots. Everybody was making things happen. And Minnesota was really in deep trouble. Rev Guy Reloaded said, we need to talk about Halliburton's game winner and Donovan Mitchell's choke job. Cheyenne, I said Cheyenne. Rev Guy, like I said, I didn't watch the whole game, but I tuned in when it was like about a minute and 3 seconds left for the game to be over, and Cleveland was up by 7 points. So I said to myself, oh, Cleveland got this in the bag. They're going to win. The series is tied. Let's go to Indiana and see what happens. But somebody texted me, and that was TuneIn Sports. He said the Pacers are weak. So I still thought that they had won. Now I went to Instagram and I saw the game winner all over the place. And I was like, dang, Cleveland blew this lead, like a 7-point lead. I couldn't believe it. But I think as of right now, no lead is safe in the NBA, right? No lead is safe. And even if you're up by a lot with a few minutes left, like anything could happen. And with Indiana, they did that to the Bucks, and now they've done it to Cleveland. So I think Indiana, they're definitely a threat, and people shouldn't take them lightly because they can definitely make something happen. Smash that like button as y'all come in. And it was very, very surprising. But I'm not going to say Donovan Mitchell choked. Now, there were a few turnovers in that fourth frame, right? There were a few turnovers right there. And Donovan Mitchell not blocking out, what's his name, Aaron Nesmith, when Aaron Nesmith got that huge offensive rebound on that free throw. And he was able to convert. Like, plays like that really hurts your team. Like, and people don't realize, but easy things, the simple things can really cost your team. And now it's cost the Cleveland Cavaliers two games in the series, right? Now Cleveland is also dealing with injuries too. Don't forget about that. They're dealing with injuries. Evan Mobley's not playing. Somebody else is not playing. Can't remember who. But yeah, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, and DeAndre Hunter. So three guys that's part of their rotation is not playing. So I think that's something that people got to take notice of. People got to put that in context. But I mean, I still believe that even without those guys, they should have won because late in the game they had a lead and you were supposed to protect that lead. But not doing the little things, really came back to bite you in the end. And Tyrese Halliburton making his first free throw and missing the second one on purpose, getting his own offensive rebound, backing it out. And he had, I think, Ty Jerome on him. And, he danced, step back three in his grill, game winner. And that's really demoralizing, bro. That is really demoralizing. I couldn't believe this, bro. But, hey, Cleveland, they got to address it in game 3 and 4. I think they probably win game 3, but game 4, I don't really know. I'm not picking them to win game 4 because I don't trust Indiana. Like, anything can happen in Indiana, but I'm not picking the Cavs to win game 4. But I think they win game 3. But I think they need their guys. The players need to play. Some of the best players on the team, they got to get out there, right? And like I said, if Evan Mobley was in the game, a lot of those points probably would not happen because I think for a fact Evan Mobley is definitely going to rotate on those weak side, and his presence out there is not going to make it very, very easy for Indiana to, attack that paint, for Tyrese Halliburton to attack the paint. And I ain't going to lie, bro. If Tyrese Halliburton is really cooking you, smoking you off the dribble, then there's something wrong with you because he's very, very slow. And not that he's just slow, but it's something with his game that I'm a defender and he's not. I'm sorry, he's not blowing past me as multiple times as he's been doing in these playoffs. So, but yeah, that was terrible late game execution. The little things, not doing the little things, can come back and bite you, and in this game it did. So Cleveland, I just want to see how they respond in the next few games. But the series is not over though. The series is not over. Salute to my guy Money Monty. Appreciate you, bro. Salute Andre. What's up, my boy? What's good, bro? What's good? Yo, y'all should definitely check out my guy. The Crunch Time podcast. Y'all should definitely check him out. New channel, new show. Respect his basketball acumen too. Salute to him. And salute to the Cap Room, Kobe Bryant, the Cap Room. Booing DFJ Hoops, bro. You can't boo DFJ Hoops, bro. But yeah, salute to Kobe Bryant Film Room. Y'all should check him out too. Y'all should definitely check him out. But yeah, takeaways from the first half. Minnesota struggling from the 3. Anthony Edwards really struggling. Only 1 point in the first half. Golden State Warriors, picking up where they left off from Game 7, right? And they weren't really fatigued, right? They weren't really fatigued. And I saw a stat that said that in the second round, the first time in NBA history, the second round where all road teams won Game 1. So it worked out good in the Warriors' favor. But Draymond had a very, very a very big second quarter, and it really helped them as Minnesota only put up 11 points and nothing was going for them. Almost had a 7-minute stretch where they didn't even have a field goal. So that really hurt them. But the second half really, something changed for Minnesota, but it was just too little too late. And they were just too down by a lot of points. Right now, they cut the lead, they cut the deficit down, but it still didn't mean much because Golden State was still scoring, was still making things happen. And defensively, they were also doing what they were doing out there. But the third quarter, one thing that stood out to me was, Buddy Hield, right? Buddy Hield made, I think, 4 threes or maybe 3 threes. I can't remember, but he was really raining threes out there. And Anthony Edwards, continued to struggle from the field. He did get a few points to go. He did, settle in and start to, get into some sort of a rhythm. But overall, the struggles from the first half really hurt him a lot, and it really hurt the Timberwolves too. But um, it was, I think, at the 10-minute mark where the Minnesota Timberwolves made their first 3-pointer, right? And it was from Naz Reid. Now, so like somebody just said in the comment section, Naz Reid is not really a physical player. He's more of a finesse type big, a stretch 5, stretch 4. I mean, he's only 6'9", right? He's only 6'9", so he's not really a center, but he's playing the center position for the Timberwolves. But I like Naz Reid's game. Like, he doesn't really force anything. Now, the jump shot sometimes doesn't really look that pretty, but it goes in, so it's pretty much effective. But yeah, Naz Reid making that 3, kind of gave Minnesota a lot of confidence from there. And then also Anthony Edwards making his first field goal after 10 tries, right? That was crazy to me, because I would have never thought that Anthony Edwards will miss his first 10 field goals, but he did. And sometimes it happens in the game of basketball, happens to the best of them, right? Happens to the best players. But still, Anthony Edwards was still being aggressive, still trying to make things happen, still making plays. And then other players coming off the bench was also doing something. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, started picking guys up on the defensive side of the floor. But the third quarter was all Buddy Hield. And like I said, I'm very, very happy that Buddy Hield is playing a very, very good game, right? Because on the Sixers, he didn't really get that big of an opportunity. But on Golden State, it's a different situation right there. And something funny happened when Buddy Hield, in that first quarter, when Buddy Hield came in the game and he had the wrong pair of shorts on. That was funny, right? That was funny. Got to delay a game, but he balled out in the third. And this game, people saying that he was the best player on the floor. I disagree. I thought it was Jimmy Butler, but he absolutely performed to the best of his abilities. Rap Guy Reloaded says, Holly, not even athletic, but very methodical and calculated. Yeah, that's true. Like when he goes between the legs, like, bro, that shit is nasty to watch. It's not really pleasing to the eye. Pause if necessary. Like it doesn't really look good, but hey, it's effective. He's able to blow past players. But like I said, if I'm the defender, he's not blowing past me. Like that weak ass crossover, I'm not getting fooled with that. Right? I'm not getting fooled with that weak ass crossover. But hey, y'all called him overrated, so I mean, me, even myself included, I called him overrated too. But hey, he's been balling out, right? He's been balling out, so proud to see that from him. Salute to the Kobe Bryant. Yeah, salute. But yeah, and the third, Buddy Hield really playing very, very good. Now, Terrence Shannon checked in for Minnesota, right? He checked in for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Terrence Shannon he's a very good young player, right? Very good young player. Hopefully he'll probably get more opportunity next year for the Timberwolves. Because he does everything, right? Offensively, defensively, but he still has to work on his game. But him getting minutes, I was really happy for him, because at least he got some trust from Chris Finch and the Timberwolves head coaching staff. So maybe moving forward he might get a little bit more playing time. But yeah, third quarter not really nice for the Minnesota Timberwolves, as they went down by 20 points, and they headed into the fourth quarter down by 20 points. And Rudy Gobert started that fourth, and they started battling, right? And Monty said, "Link, yeah, let me break down the fourth real quick." And what the heck? Let me just drop it right here. I got you, bro. Yeah, I got the link, bro. But the fourth, Minnesota headed into the fourth down by 20, and they started making shots, started making plays. Naz Reid was one of the biggest stars or biggest proponent of that, because he scored, I think, 8 straight points by himself. And Golden State had to call timeout, had to slow down the bleeding, because Minnesota was starting to heat up. But him making those shots really helped them. And then you got also Anthony Edwards coming in, scoring five straight, and then helping cut the deficit to about to 10 points or maybe single digits. But, Golden State, they still did what they were doing best, and they continue to make shots, continue to play defense. But I think Rudy Gobert being in the game really helped them, right? Him being on the glass, because Golden State was playing really small. So when Rudy Gobert was battling on the glass, sometimes, he'll pick up these loose ball fouls, and it'll give Minnesota another opportunity. And they continue to let me bring Monty real quick. What's good, Monty? You on mute.
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Doing good. How about you?
Man, shit, coolin', bro. I've been waiting to just like catch your jump, bro. I just like being on BJ jump, but I really wanted to catch your jump and shit like that, cause I be just tuned in to your other jumps. I just wasn't able to catch it in time to hop on here, but I definitely wanted to hop on there and talk about the games last night with you and shit.
Oh yeah, what's up? What you got?
The Warriors, they kind of controlled the game last night. The Timberwolves, they came out with a lack of energy. They came out with a lack of energy. They're very inconsistent. Like the Timberwolves is inconsistent, so that's why I really feel like I ain't think they was gonna beat the Lakers, but they showed up. You know what I'm saying? They inconsistent and they can't keep playing like that in order especially against the Warriors. You feel what I'm saying? So. Steph, he got hurt. He got hurt. He only had like 13 points, but he kind of get them to a comfortable lead. Draymond had a hell of a game. I don't think we're gonna see that from Draymond again, but he had a hell of a game. He stepped up. You know what I'm saying? I think he knocked down at least like four threes. He had like 18 points. You know what I'm saying? He showed leadership. Jimmy Butler he played okay last night. I think he was 7 for 20 from the field, 20 points. But you know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. Buddy Hield. He coming off of game 7. He just hot right now. Buddy Hill, he hot right now. So, I think this series is gonna get a lot more competitive with Steph Curry out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be more competitive, but I think Jimmy is gonna lead the way. He gonna lead the way. But that man can't have 1 point at halftime, bro. That was kind of crazy last night, bro.
Right. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
he had 1 point at halftime, but he was like 0 for 8. He was like 0 for 9, 0 for 4 from 3, bro. So it's just like, once you see your shot not falling, bro, why are you not attacking the basket? Man, you gotta attack the basket, man. You can't be out here just taking any type of shots. You feel what I'm saying? Thinking that all these shots gonna fall because you one of the faces of the league. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to state, you want to Steph Curry, you got him. You know what I'm saying? That man keep want to be the legend killer, right? You want to be Randy Orton, you gotta do it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like Ant Man though. I like Ant Man, but I think Tyrese Halliburton he need to start being in the conversation when it comes to face of the league, bro. Because what he doing is kind of he's showing a lot of leadership with the Pacers, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he just hit the game winner last night. Like, I don't know. Like, man, I don't know. I just ain't like the way that the Wolves played last night, man. They could have came back and all that.
Yeah, they tried to, but I think it was too little, too late in the
Yeah,
fourth.
it was. It was too little, too late because Nas Reed got hurt, so it was a little. And then he came back. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little too little, too late.
Right. Well, I mean, what you think of Nas Reed's game as a big man?
Oh, Nas Reed.
Yeah.
I like Nas Reed. To be honest, I like Nas Reed. He could stretch the floor. He got size. But I just don't. I don't. I seen him drive to the basket a couple times last night. So he got shit in his game. So I like Nas Reed. To be honest, I think he stays on the 3 point line a little too much though. I'm gonna be honest. That's the shot he looking for. So that's the shot he looking for. He wants to shoot the three. You feel me? Well, he's a good shooter though. He's a good 3 point shooter. And I just think they gonna need Nas Reed in order for them to beat the Warriors though. They gonna need Nas Reed because I think Steph out a week.
Hmm.
Wow, yeah. So I'm wondering how the Warriors gonna adjust to that though.
I mean, I think it's not really gonna affect them though, because I
You
be
don't think? You don't think so?
nah with Jimmy Butler and Draymond playing the role that they're playing, and then some of these role players stepping up. I mean, if Buddy Hield continues to play the way he's been playing, I mean, I think they'll be perfectly fine. We know what we're gonna get from Jimmy Butler,
Mm-hmm.
especially going up against the Timberwolves, because he was getting booed last night. Every single time he touched the rock, he was getting booed.
Hey, Dre. Hey, I thought I was the only one that noticed that, bruh. I
No,
really thought, bruh. I really thought. Hey, I swear to God, I'm watching the game last night. I thought I was the only person that noticed that every time Jimmy Butler get the ball, they booing him and shit. But I'm trying to think about. I'm like, what? What is this? His first game back in Minnesota or something like that? Or
yeah, his first game in
when?
4 years,
When the last time Jimmy played in Minnesota? Huh?
4 years ago.
Damn, it's been that long, bro.
Yeah, it has.
I
It's been
see,
that.
see, I ain't see. I didn't know that. I didn't know it's been that long since Jimmy Butler came to Minnesota. That's why they was born. I'm wondering, like, why the fuck these motherfuckers keep booing this nigga? Every time he get the ball, like that shit with Cat. That was a little minute ago. I thought, like, you know what I'm saying? When he ran out of practice and he got on the interview with Rachel Nichols, they still mad about that. That shit crazy, bro.
They still mad about that shit, bro.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn, son.
But yeah, they gotta let it go because it's been like 6, 7, maybe even 8 years since that shit happened.
Yeah, like why y'all born Jimmy Butler and then y'all lost at that? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like for real, that's bad that boy playing and you lose. I can see if y'all up, y'all winning and you want boom because he did you felt like he did you wrong and all this
hmm Yeah, but I mean, I think in next game, I don't think Anthony Edwards is gonna play as terrible. He's the last 2 games that he's played in the playoffs, it's been bad, right? It's been bad against the Lakers. They was lucky that they got bailed out by Rudy Gobert. Now we're not gonna see that from Rudy Gobert probably ever again, but let me add in right quick. Yeah, we're not going to see that from Rudy Gobert again. 27 and 24. We're not going to see that again. So Anthony Edwards is going to have to step up, right? He's going to have to step up. Julius Randle is going to have to step up as well. But I felt like when they was going to Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels in the post, they had a lot of success because in the first quarter they didn't make any threes. But when Julius Randle was attacking mismatches, when he was attacking Brandon Pajemski, when Jaden McDaniels was going at Steph Curry, and a few of those little guards, GP2, I felt like they had success. But again, they fell in love with the three ball and they started shooting a lot of threes, and the threes was not falling for them. And that kind of like took them out of any offensive rhythm that they had.
That's what they, but that's they, Andre. If you realize, if you think about it, I ain't gonna lie. That's how the Timberwolves play now, though. That's how they play now. They want to shoot a lot of threes, kind of like how the old Warriors were. They want to shoot a lot of threes, and if their threes are not falling, you seen what you saying last night? They had 30 points at halftime, bro.
That's
You
crazy.
know, that's crazy. They had, bro, nah, for real. So that mean y'all only scored 15 points a quarter, bro. No funny. But they did say Golden State had the best defense since they got Jimmy Butler. But coming off the Lakers shit, and then y'all scored 30 points in game one at halftime. That man only got 1 point. That's nasty, bro. And y'all didn't hit a three to start the half. Like, that's nasty, bro.
Bro.
That's nasty, bro.
Yeah, they had 20 points in the first quarter and then 11 points in the second frame.
Second quarter, wow. That's
11.
crazy.
When Draymond by itself scored 14 for Golden State. So
Yeah.
yeah, that second quarter really hurt them a lot. And them jacking up threes and not doing what was working for them in the first half. I mean, in the first quarter. That's why they got down, or they was down as many points as they was down. And I think they went like 6 minutes without even scoring.
Yeah, I watched the whole game. They went like 6 minutes without scoring, bro. They gotta find answers. They gotta find answers. They need Mike Conley. This They need Mike Conley. They need that vet experience to really get them. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, but I like Minnesota though. When they clicking on all cylinders, they're a little tough to beat. So I like Minnesota. They gotta win the next game. They got to. They can't lose two at home. But I think they're gonna win the next game for sure because Steph Curry hurt.
I mean, shit, I don't know about that, bro. Because if Golden State continue to play the way they was playing, it's still gonna be difficult for them. Now, I mean, Steph Curry does a lot for Golden State. I don't think it can be replaced. But if these guys continue to play at a high level, if Draymond continues to communicate defensively, now Draymond is not going to make 5 threes in game two. I'm not banking on
Fuck
that.
no.
I'm not banking on that, but I mean, Buddy Hield, I think it's still possible for him to go off the way he did, especially with Steph Curry going, because he's going to get more opportunities from the 3 point line and more shot opportunities too. And Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler, I think Jimmy's going to turn up in next game because he didn't really
Nah,
turn.
he is. But I think you gotta kind of get him in that mindset,
Hmm.
right? You gotta
Right,
get him in that mindset to the in the Batman. You gotta get him in that Batman mindset. He's more. When I see him in interviews and all that, he's on his Robin shit. Like he wants to stay on the Robin shit. He talking
right.
about it's much easier when we got Batman here. It's much easier when we got Steph. Well, nigga, Steph is hurt. And you got
Mhm.
to take it for what it is. You took Miami to the finals. That's what Draymond said. So he's very capable of leading this team. But we gonna see what Jimmy Butler do. I got him doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Jimmy showed it. He showed it time and time again. So I got Jimmy Butler doing it. It's gonna be a tough series though, because I know Ant-Man and the Timberwolves they gonna be ready to play.
Oh,
Especially
absolutely, absolutely.
yes, especially the next game they gonna be ready.
Yeah, I don't think Anthony Edwards goes 0 for 10 in game two again, too.
Fuck no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Fuck no. Ant-Man not about to go. He's not going 0 for 8 again. 1 point at the half. I think that kind of humbled him a little bit. You get what I'm saying? That humbled him a little bit. I don't know if you seen Chris Finch. I don't know if you seen his post game interview last night, but he kind of called Ant-Man out a little bit. I was kind of surprised at that, bro. He called him out and was like, "You gotta play better, even though your shot is not falling." He like, "You gotta help your team as the leader in other ways." You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to lead your team in other ways. He like, if I gotta talk to you and tell you that, then we're not on the same page. It's a problem. So it's some
Right.
shit going on in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? We ain't see it the last series, but the Warriors exposing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Chris Finch called it out. And man, we ain't never see that. We don't, it's rare we see that, but he called out Ant-Man last night.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, head coaches, they need to hold their players accountable. And the amount of shit that Anthony Edwards be talking, I mean, after beating the Lakers, yeah, I agree with you that this game probably humbled him. And next game, it's not going to be the same. He's not going to let the Golden State Warriors off the hook.
Yeah, this game humble him. This game humble him like shit for real. For the last game when they played the Lakers, should have humbled them for real. For real, because he was shooting terrible the last game he played against the Lakers. But
Right.
Nas Reed, Rudy Gobert, with the game you just said he had. Rudy Gobert had like the 28, 24. He had shot numbers, which he would never do in his career ever again. You
Never.
know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Like I feel like the Lakers should have won that game, but Rudy Gobert took over and shit. But Ant Man is starting to show. If you want to be the face of the league, bro, like everybody keep trying to give you just this face of the league pass, and I like he went to the Western Conference Finals last year, so I kind of give him a little pass for real because he went to the Western Conference Finals last year, and we gonna see if he gets to the finals this year. But you know what I'm saying? He has to put in more work if they want him to be the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? He got to win a championship, bro.
Right, absolutely. But so who you got in game two? You got the Timberwolves winning. I mean, yeah, I think you said you got the Timberwolves winning game two.
Yeah, I got the Timberwolves in game two.
Yeah, I got Timberwolves. I got T-Wolves too. But I think you know other players. The Julius Randles. I mean, Julius Randle had. Let me see.
Yeah,
Had
how
a
much
good game.
how much Juju at?
Finished the game with 18 points.
Oh, all right, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, but he struggled from the field. But
How many rebounds he had?
he finished with 3 rebounds.
Wow, he got to get on the boards, bro. He got
Yeah,
to get on the boards. Why
right,
is Julius Randle had 3 rebounds and the Warriors? They're very small. Like pause if necessary. Like you know what I'm saying?
right.
They don't really got no big man for real. Lonely and post, but damn, he only had 3 rebounds. Damn.
Yeah, he should have gotten the glass more. But I mean, Anthony Edwards got 14 rebounds right there. I think Minnesota won the rebound battle, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
See, that was a good job though. Even though you ain't really scored the way you supposed to, the 14 rebounds, at least you got on the boards. you try to help your team in some type of way. So at least he tried to get on the boards and he got 14 rebounds and shit like that. But it definitely was a okay game. I wish it was a little closer. You know what I'm saying? But Cleveland can't fold like that, Andre. They can't fold like that, bro.
Wait, did you watch that again? Because I didn't watch it fully. I
I
just
didn't watch. I ain't watched the full game, but
mhm.
when the parts that I seen when I turned the game on, Cleveland was up. Like Donovan Mitchell was going crazy, bro. He was going crazy. Like when I seen him dunk on Shorty, I'm like, oh yeah, Cleveland gonna win this game, bro. You know what I'm saying? He dunked on
Right.
somebody. I forgot who he dunked on, bro.
It
That
was
shit was
Siakam.
crazy. Oh yeah, he dunked on Siakam. I'm like, damn. So I thought Cleveland was gonna win, but it just seemed like Halliburton, he loved them little moments like that. Like he first of all, number one, he should never get his own rebound. That should never happen.
That should never happen.
Off a free throw in a game time situation. Why the fuck are y'all letting the littlest person on the court, the skinniest person on Halliburton, he gets his own rebound off the free throw. Then y'all let him take it back to the top of the key, and he put Bird in the mix like that. Oh my god, he put Ty Jerome in the mix. When I say, oh excuse me, come here. You know what I'm saying? And then he shoots the three. It kind of looked like the Jalen Brunson jump, but he ain't go all the way over there like Thompson. But you
Right.
feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, Tyrese Halliburton, that was tough, bro. And he did it against Giannis too. So you feel me? I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he got them ice in his veins when it come down to the clutch, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Halliburton, he just like he balling, bro. He balling.
Real shit. Yeah, like Monty, like you said, bro. I tuned in at the 1 minute mark, like with about 1 minute and 3 seconds left, and Cleveland was up by seven points. Right, it was
Mm,
at 119, and Indiana only had 12 points. And then
yeah.
terrible decisions on the defensive side. But I mean, this is one of the reasons why if they had Evan Mobley out there, a lot of this shit would never happen because
Oh
Evan Mobley.
yeah, yeah, Jay. They ain't had no Evan Mobley, no
Right,
DeAndre Hunter, or they ain't had Garland.
right,
So that's kind of why Spider had a drop like 48. I think he had 48.
48. Yep.
Yeah, it's no reason they should lose. He got 40, now they got 50. There's no reason they should have lost that game, bro. Struce, he been lazy on an inbound pass. You been lazy when you only
Turning
got
the
like
ball over.
40. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only like 40 seconds left, bro. You been hitting threes all game. He gotta be better. They gotta be better. They was the best team all year. And that's what I was talking about on a pull up. That's why I was telling BJ like it's a lot of regular season teams, bro. It's a lot of regular season teams that perform well in a regular season, and in the playoffs, it's two different seasons, bro. The playoffs is two different seasons. That's why you saying the Lakers go home. You get what I'm saying? That's why you saying a lot of teams go home. That's why you saying Memphis go home. That's why you saying a lot of teams go home, bro. You feel me? Because this is not the regular season. This the playoffs, bro. And you gotta be able clicking on all cylinders, and you gotta be balling. You gotta have it go your way. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the Rockets at home. You feel what I'm saying? It was a lot of regular season teams. You feel me? And it's a lot of playoff teams that's stepping up, like the Knicks, Boston. It's a lot of playoff teams. But you know what I'm saying?
Even
We gonna
Indiana.
see. Yeah,
Shit.
Indiana, they're a playoff team. If you look at the playoffs this year, and you look at the playoffs last year, it's the same teams that's in the fight. Golden State replacing Dallas, Andre, from
Right.
last year.
Hmm.
These the same teams that was in the semifinals last year. The same teams that's trying to win a championship. So I'm looking at it like you feel what I'm saying. All the other teams that ain't make the playoffs, y'all got to do something. I think they got to go younger, bro. They got to go younger.
Even the Clippers.
Uh, yeah.
Mm. I mean, I thought the Clippers had a chance, but they just let it slip away in Game 5. I feel like they should have won Game 5, but certain things didn't go their way. So, but it is what it is. But Denver advancing, and they had a great game against the Thunder. What you think? What you think about your guy Russell Westbrook, man, helping in the
I just think, you know what I'm saying? Like, Andre, if you notice, right, it was a lot of people that bashed him, right? It was a lot of people that put slams in him, put a lot of shit on his name. He can't win nowhere with this team. He can't win with this team. Nick Wright called him out. It was just a lot. And I just love the way Russ is proving his haters wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Russell Westbrook is a top. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think a lot of people forget that, bro. Like a lot of people forget that. A lot of people say, "Oh, he can't shoot." He shot 42% from three behind the 3-point line against the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? His old team, they thought he was going. They thought that was the recipe of beating the Nuggets. No, no, sir, it's not. Y'all ass in Cancun. Y'all went packing. You know what I'm saying? James Harden ain't show up. Y'all chose James Harden over Russell Westbrook. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, bro. But I love the way Russ playing, man. You see the pass he made to Aaron Gordon for the game winner? Oh my God, bro.
Right. That was
Come
great. That was
on.
a great decision and great.
Like, come on, that was a people want to talk about when he make boneheaded plays and he makes low IQ plays. But what about the high IQ plays? Why nobody talking about that? Nobody want to give him his flowers when he playing good, right? Y'all want to bash him when he miss a game winning shot. You know what I'm saying? When
Mhm.
he foul. You feel me? So y'all want to talk about that, but I love the way Russ playing. I think this the best one of the best things he's been on, and I think he's able to flourish because you know what I'm saying. It's not nobody in the Nuggets that's complaining about him turning the ball over. They're not. It's not animosity. So he's able to play the way he needs to play, bro. And if you notice, he's been very efficient in less minutes. You know what I'm saying? He's been very efficient. No funny. He's been efficient.
Right. Yeah, I love the role that he's playing with the Nuggets. And he played like 31, 32 minutes last time cuz Michael Porter Jr. didn't really have a good game. So, I think David Adelman really trusted Russell Westbrook for those minutes, and Russ came in and he was doing a very good job, attacking the basket, making plays, and also playing some good defense. Now,
Good defense.
you can't lock up SGA because SGA is one of the best scorers in the league, right? But I felt like Russ made it, he made his job very, very difficult. And, they had to, use screens to get Russell Westbrook off of him because, SGA was really having
They
difficulty.
they they made it tough on him the last game, bro.
Right.
They really made it tough on him just because he had 33. It wasn't an easy 33 for him to get to. You
He had to
feel me?
work.
And he had to work for that shit. And I seen the last game what a lot of people was talking about. Like Shea, Shea is kind of like how James Harden was in Houston. You feel what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
noticed Shay likes to. He wants to get to the free throw line, bro. He want to keep getting all these calls and crying about these calls, bro. Bro, we not about to let you go for 35, 40, and thinking you about to beat us that way, bro. You gonna need every person on this OKC team, bro. I promise you, you gonna need every person on this team to beat us, bro. I promise you, bro. Real life, people I just don't, Dre. I don't like how people just keep saying, oh, okay, they just supposed to beat us. They just supposed to go to the Western Conference Final automatically because of the type of season they had, bro. They gotta go through some shit, bro. This is the first adversity they going through, Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And
that's
then
that's
if
facts.
if these motherfuckers lose tonight and they let us go up 2-0, it's
Mhm.
gonna be a long series for them, champ. I'm trying to tell you. I try to tell Kirk. I try to tell a lot of people, bro. That's jumping. I'm an OKC fan from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where Russ started at. If you look at his post game, he said, "Bro, they not us." If you listen to what he said, "Bro, they not us. They not us." You know what I'm saying? He said
Oh
they not
man.
they not the old OKC. You feel what I'm saying? That was getting the Western Conference Finals and the finals and shit like that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I just think this playoffs is a little different. You know what I'm saying? Russ got playing against two of his old teams. Yeah, it's yeah. But this playoffs is lit though, Dre. I like this playoff. This
Yeah, I
playoffs
like
lit.
this, man. I mean, I got the Thunder winning the series, but I mean, I had the Thunder in 6 or 7, and I know it's not going to be an easy task because I mean, Denver's a very good team, and people underestimate them. But I mean, you saw Joker go for 42, 22. You saw Jamal Murray doing his thing, and the other complementary pieces, Russell Westbrook, playing very very well in that game. So I know it was going to be difficult, and the Thunder a very very young team. And I mean, I think a lot of mistakes that they made, late down the game, down the stretch in that game, it really cost that game. But
BJ said they not young. BJ said they not young no more. He said stop saying these niggas young. That's what
BJ,
BJ said.
BJ's only looking at SGA now. SGA is 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, he's a little bit older, but I mean, look at Chet, look at Jalen Williams, Kason Wallace, and Aaron Wiggins in the complimentary piece. They young.
Yeah, they is
The
Isaiah
average,
Joe.
what's the average age on that team? 20, 24.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
is young.
they
They
young.
is they
They was
young.
a
You
young
right.
team. Now the best player is not a young player. The best player is in his prime, I would say. So, but it's still a young team, and I don't know why BJ keeps saying that, but they're a young team. But I mean, we saw the terrible execution down the stretch that really cost them the game. But I think they'll come out in game two, be a lot better, and they'll probably win game two. I mean, I have to say they win game two because I got them winning this series. So, but if they make the same mistakes that they made in game one, then I said Golden State. Then Denver is definitely going to capitalize on that and go up 2-0.
Nah, for sure. Hey, I appreciate you, one Mike. You know what I'm saying? I always like to you hit great points. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. My takes be kind of on point, bro. I'm a high IQ, but I watched a lot of basketball, bro. So you feel me? I get upset when people come up here and they talk dumb, they talk crazy, or they don't really know what they talking about when they come basketball, bro.
Yes,
But
sir.
this playoffs, man, I want to see what Jalen Brunson gonna do tonight, man. You know what I'm saying
Oh,
he
that's
he
it. I
had it.
mean, well, yeah.
He
What's
had
your
his
opinion on
way.
Steve
Nah, he had his way against the Celtics. I like Brunson, bro. I like Brunson a lot, bro. Real, I like Brunson a lot. And Boston, they're very beatable without Porzingis, bro. They're very beatable without Porzingis because they got Horford at the five. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
they had the right four. They had Barry White, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. They, you know what I'm saying, they good defensively, but I seen the Knicks, they was searching out that Al Horford matchup, you feel what I'm saying? And they was going to work. They was going to work. I like Brunson though. I don't think the Knicks, they not really scared of the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? They came to play, you feel me? So I think that's gonna be an interesting series for real, for real. And I think they got better from last year. So I think the Celtics gonna have the Knicks, they the Celtics in trouble. I think they in trouble, bro. Porzingis and Sam Hauser got hurt the last game, so they got that. They gonna have to use it. You know what I'm saying? They not repeating. It's not about to be sweet, bro. Everybody, a lot of teams are healthy this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about to be sweet. If they gonna win again, they gonna have to go through some motherfuckers, bro. Nah, for real. The Knicks gonna make it hard on them, and they need to make it hard on them. Fuck you talking about? Boston ain't about to know what they not Paul Pierce and them, bro.
Yeah, that's facts. I want to go through some of these comments right here. E. Gibson, appreciate you for tuning in. He says, Indy is a bad matchup for Cleveland. I think the layoff may have affected Minnesota. Denver has to be OKC three times. I mean, Denver has been OKC three times already this season. Um, Yeah, I mean, I felt like if Cleveland had their guys healthy, they probably would have beaten Indiana in 6 games. But I don't think it's a bad matchup for them because everything that Indiana does, like Cleveland does it, and they do it better. Like transition offense, they're a much better defensive team, and I think they led the league or top five in assists. So I felt like Cleveland had the edge, but I mean injuries affected them. And I mean, late game execution, like I said, if you don't do the little things late game, guess what? You're gonna lose the game. So it is what it is right there. He says I'm a Knicks fan. I was impressed with how they kept fighting and got game one. Yeah, they were down by 20 points and they still, they didn't give up. They still battled. And I think in this NBA, like no lead is safe, bro. No lead is safe. If you go up by 20 and you don't execute very, very well late down the stretch, you
The Celtics missed
you
like
lose.
43s.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, that's their bread and butter. I mean, you win by the three, you die by the three. So
Man, they
Um,
gotta, bro. These teams gotta stop acting like they Steph Curry, bro. They're not. Like that's why I be trying to tell people, like, bro, really changed the game, bro. Like he really, like, if y'all don't really understand, like, that's why I put him in a GOAT debate, like, cause he really like
mm,
the amount of championships he got and the way he changed the game. He got teams out here shooting 40, 53s a game. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like the league wasn't like that before Steph Curry was winning championships, bro. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like nah, for real. Like look at the Timberwolves last night. They shot about 53s and they only made about three. Like no funny, bro. Like come on, Boston. They shot 40 to 53s against the Knicks. And that's what cost them in the game because they couldn't hit. Derek White was hitting a couple threes, but that's what cost them, bro. They missed about 43s. Jalen Brown was like 0 from 11 from three. If I already done seen that if I already missed eight threes from three, bro. I'm about to attack the basket. I'm getting to my rib mains. I'm getting to the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? The three not falling today. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, bro. Like everybody is not Steph Curry. They can't shoot at that rate, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I see Jason Tatum, he can shoot at that rate, but to be trying to shoot all these many threes and keep thinking y'all gonna win like that, it's not gonna happen, bro. Like
yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? You gotta be an elite shooter to keep shooting from three like that. For every team to keep thinking they can shoot 53s a game and keep thinking that's the recipe, it's gonna work sometimes and sometimes you can be hot. But the nights is not, you gotta go to something else. You gotta go to something else. And I think that's what hurt, that's what hurt a
right.
couple teams. That's what hurt a couple teams, man. You feel me?
Hmm.
Uh I ain't gonna lie, like you said, all the away teams won game one. That's the first time that's happened in NBA history.
Right.
All the away teams has won in a row on the road.
On the
You know what I'm
road.
saying? Like the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, he's never lost at in the Garden. He's never. That's a crazy fun fact that people probably don't even know. Him and Mikal Bridges, they never lost at TD Garden, bro.
In
Like
the playoffs or
that's crazy. Like college, NBA, they've never lost. You know what I'm saying? They
I
won
didn't.
a championship. They won a championship at TD guys, and I didn't even know that till after that game. You feel what I'm saying? They put that stat out like Jaden Brunson has never lost at it. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're gonna lose tonight. But yeah, they gonna lose tonight. But cause Boston, they gonna come out and they gonna try, they
Yeah,
gonna try to put that foot on that neck early tonight.
I think that series is going seven.
Yeah, that series going 7 games, bro.
Yeah. One Mike says, I always like when guys talk pure hoops and not narratives and hypotheticals, but the pull up basketball podcast being his feelings too. Yo, I don't know what beef he got with BJ, bro, but he always go at BJ. I don't know why.
What Mike Wayne? Hey, BJ, that's my dog, man. We ain't even going. That's my dog, man. That's my right hand, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand everybody's perspective on basketball. You feel me? I try to understand that, but a lot of guys be talking dumb on the pull up. So I can see why you say what you say. But BJ, he coming from his standpoint and what he believe in. He's played basketball professionally. He's played that, and he see a lot of things wrong with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to
Right.
make them better in the best possible way. He's at the interviews, he's interviewing players, you know what I'm saying? He's breaking down the team. So you just gotta understand from that situation, man. They just in an unfortunate situation. When you got James Harden on your team, it's not good. So it is what it is,
It is
man.
what it is at that point. Yeah.
Shout out to the pull up though. Shout out to the pull up.
Yeah. Shout out to
That
BJ. E. Gibson says New York also shot terribly at the line, at the 3 point. I mean, I didn't really watch that game, so I don't know. But I mean, what matters is they came out with the victory and they had a huge stop at the end. I think was it Mikal Bridges who snatched that ball out of Jalen Brown's hands?
hmm
Bro, Mikal.
they did. New York did shoot. They didn't shoot too good from the three, but they shot better than the Celtics. That's all it was. And then late,
Yeah.
Then late, Mikal Bridges was knocking down some threes, so that's what got him kind of back in the game. So that's what got him back in the game. So it just it matter at the point at what time in the game you starting to get
Start
hot from
making those
three.
shots. Right.
Yeah, you start making them shots. So
Right. One Mike says he just like Paul George too.
who like Paul George too much? Oh, BJ.
BJ.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean he mad at the fact that the Clippers let Paul George walked for basically nothing. Like you
Nothing.
get what I'm saying? They let him walk for a defensive team. Like they ain't really getting out for Paul George. They had a second All Star there. They a primary guy. Paul George, he's a two-way, and he got out that building. You know what I'm saying? They got James Harden now, and you see what James Harden get you. You feel what I'm saying? 7 points in a game seven. That is sad, bro. That's sad, bro. That's how he show up every time to a game seven, bro. That's like I don't know, bro. So he mad at that point. So he want Paul George back. That's where he see fit. And it's not nothing wrong with that. I think that'd be good for them if they get PG back. They would have to trade for him because he's not a free agent. But
Yeah. Yeah. They gonna have to give up a lot for him too, because he signed a big contract. And I don't even think they have assets to go get Paul George back.
nah, I don't think they got access to get him.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think I don't think he coming back because of
Yeah.
the
It's over with.
negotiation with Lawrence Frank. That's what I'm saying. Like Lawrence Frank fucked up. He fucked up a lot of relationships, bro. These GMs be fucking up a lot of relationships, bro. And players don't want to go back to. You know what I'm saying? Look at Minnesota. They born Jimmy Butler. You feel me? But the whole time don't even know the negotiations was fucked up with Jimmy Butler. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's facts. But Monty, I'm getting ready to close out. You got any final thoughts on tonight's game? Any predictions for tonight's game?
Uh, we definitely gonna go 2-0 on OKC. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
We fuck around, and sweep these peoples, man. If they let us go up, if they let us go up 2-0 and we go home 2 games, man, they better win tonight. Kirk said they have to win tonight. Yeah, they have to.
It's a
Because if
must.
we go up, it's a must. They go up two, we go up 2-0 and these people, OKC gonna look crazy. It's gonna look crazy out there. But I got Boston winning tonight, and I got the Nuggets winning tonight. So it's we gonna see.
Yeah, we would definitely see. But hey, Monty, appreciate you for stopping by, bro.
You already
Tell
know, love, bro,
people
love, bro.
they
You
can
already
find you
know.
at, bro, because you got a new show, got a new channel. Hell,
Yeah. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment to the Crunch Time podcast, man. I'm definitely gonna be doing some new episodes when I get time. You know what I'm saying? I be job busy, I be working, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely try to drop some new episodes. Make sure y'all go follow me there. Y'all can come join, what I'm saying, a new podcast getting started. So just come check me out, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Love, bro.
all right, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate
You
you.
know.
Love from DC, my guy Monty from DC. So y'all can go check him out. The Crunch Time podcast. Got a new channel, got a new show. Go check him out. One Mike says that's true. Um, yeah, I mean, I think BJ, yeah, everybody got their own perspective, like my guy Monty said. So you just gotta respect it, right? You can disagree, but you just gotta respect it, and it is what it is. But yeah, y'all should go. Y'all should definitely check him out, the Crunch Time podcast. And I mean, I got OKC winning tonight, and I got the Celtics winning tonight. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Great show today. Appreciate Monty for tuning in. Um, yesterday's show I had Old Man and I had my guy Casual tuning. So that was a great podcast episode as well. So yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully tomorrow we can recap the OKC Nuggets game. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.